What if I told you the way most Christians read the Bible today didn't even exist 300 years ago? And what if I told you that the biggest shift in Christian thinking didn't come from atheists, but from Christians themselves? Stay with me, because once you see how this happened, you'll never read the Bible the same way again. I'm Michael, the Bible rethinker. It's time to rethink. To understand what went wrong, we need to go back, way back, to the 17th and 18th centuries. This was the age of enlightenment, the birth of modern science, in the moment humanity became obsessed with two new ways of knowing. Empiricism, the idea that truth comes from what you can observe, and rationalism, that truth comes from what you can logically prove. These ideas reshaped the world, and they hit Christianity like a tidal wave. Because if you can't observe miracles, if you can't logically prove them, then suddenly the Bible looks very suspicious. And that's exactly what happened. During this era, many thinkers decided the Bible's miracles were impossible. Thomas Jefferson even created his own version of the New Testament, one with all the miracles cut out. If it couldn't be tested in a lab or proven with logic, it was dismissed. Christianity wasn't just questioned, it was disassembled. In Denmark, the church had grown cold, corrupt, and empty. People called themselves Christians because they were baptized, but their lives didn't reflect it. Into this world stepped Soren Kierkegaard, brilliant, eccentric, and deeply troubled by what he saw. He wanted to hold on to Christianity, but he couldn't defend it with Enlightenment logic. So he created a brand new category of truth: faith. Not evidence, not history, not reason, just believing. He's the one who coined the phrase leap of faith. For Kierkegaard, Christianity was true because he believed it. The source of truth wasn't the church or history or scripture. It was the individual. And that idea spread like wildfire as rationalism and empiricism kept influencing theology. Many scholars, especially in Germany, began tearing the Bible apart. Some said the stories weren't historical at all. Others tried to save Christianity by keeping the ideas, but throwing out the history. And this movement became known as Neo Orthodoxy. They argued, we can't know if the Bible stories are true, but we can keep the spiritual lessons. Evangelicals assert the stories are true, but still ignore the Bible as a narrative in favor of abstract theology and timeless moral truths. As a result, even though evangelicals today reject neo-orthodoxy, they effectively do the exact same thing. Evangelicals say the Bible is true, but they rarely study its history. They avoid academic scholarship, and they instead focus on what this verse means for me. We made the Bible about our personal experience, not God's story. Think about the hymn, "How do I know he lives? He lives within my heart." Now, that's beautiful poetry, but that's a terrible foundation for truth. If the only reason Christianity is true is because I feel it, then Christianity collapses the moment my feelings change. And that's exactly what has happened in the modern church. When Christianity becomes about my experience, my feelings, my personal relationship with Jesus, then church becomes optional. Community becomes irrelevant. Faith becomes private, and churches shrink, split, and unravel. Because we've been taught a Christianity that starts with me. It's time to rethink the Bible. Christianity is not a product for me to consume. The end goal is not my personal transformation. The biblical story starts with God, not with me. God creates the world, sin breaks the world, and God begins restoring the world through people. The gospel is not, I get to go to heaven. The gospel is, Jesus is king, and he is repairing the world through his people. I'm not the customer, I'm the conduit. My life is transformed as I participate in God's mission, not as the end goal. If I'm reading the Bible looking for a verse to apply to my life, I'm reading it through the wrong end of the telescope. The Bible is not the story of what I should do, it's the story of what God is doing. So the question isn't, how can I apply the Bible to my life? The question is, how can I apply my life to the Bible? How can I step into the story God is already telling? That's when faith becomes powerful. That's when community becomes essential. That's when the church becomes a movement again. Christianity was never meant to be a private individual experience. It was meant to be a community, a people through whom God heals the world. Until we recover that, our churches will keep shrinking, our faith will keep thinning, and our mission will keep fading. But if we recover it, everything changes. I want to give a big thank you to our members. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to go deeper in the scriptures, then visit my website with the link down in the description.